April was surely a hectic but interesting month. Starting from my earnings, they were quite higher than usual. I was able to earn 2,100 euros, and let's try to explain why that was the case. So basically, before April till the end of March, I had my contract that was fixed, like a fixed term. It was a contract for 6 months, and yes, it ended up exactly on the last day of March. And they renewed my contract. And so since the first day of April, I don't know if that's the case in other countries. I don't know where you guys are watching me from. But yeah, in Italy we have this thing that are like long life contracts. It's not exactly long life, but it's still 2099. I will be 97 in 2099, so it's basically a long, yeah, a whole life contract. I don't know how to call it in English. So why am I talking about this? Well, I'm talking about this, first of all, surely because I'm happy, because it means that even though you've seen it in the latest financial update, I don't really care about my current job. It's not something that I plan on doing for the next years. But it gives me more power for the next job applications, because when you have a long life contract, HRs usually tend to offer you more because you have that stability. Yeah, but that's not why I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this because by renewing my contract, my agency paid me for some things, actually against my will, and I'm not really happy about it, because they paid for the vacations, for the holidays that I acquired during the previous months. So what does that mean? It means that I had something like 2 weeks of vacation that I could take, but I'm not gonna be able to take them anymore because they paid for it. It actually makes me a bit mad, because it's not that it was something I didn't think about, and it's not something that they didn't think about. When they called me, offering me my contract, they told me, they asked me, would you like us to pay you for the holidays, or would you like us to maintain them and not pay them? And I said, well, I would like to make holidays during the summer, because you guys don't know, but like for the previous 3 years, 4 years, I've been basically not doing holidays. I had like 1, maximum 2 weeks a year, and it wasn't quite holidays, so I feel like this year I finally deserved it. And yeah, I will probably be able to make 1 or 2 weeks of vacation, so I'm not happy at all about it. But yes, on the other hand, I earned way more. Talking about expenses, I got a bit carried away about it, but let's talk about the reasoning later. Let's talk numbers first. Well, as usual, there is the full tank of gas for the car, which is higher than usual. I don't remember exactly, but I might have had to put a bit more, like 1 full tank and then a bit more. So it was almost 86 euros. And then there is 100 euros for, let me Google the translation. Yeah, sometimes just my mind goes blank when thinking in English. Yes, of course, there were 100 euros for maintenance. I just had to change the oil filters, you know, what you do every year. Talking about instead university, I had to pay a bit more. I'm not gonna go into details. It's something that I know about. It's normal. So it was 362 euros, 0.5. Then there is 30 euros of other thing for instruction, which is just a book. And talking about books, let me know in the comments if you would like some content about books regarding the finance field, like Kahneman, things like that. I have a few, yeah, I'm gonna show you one day, probably gonna make some videos about it. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested. As usual, let's keep the fun as the last voice. We had cigarettes that were slightly higher than usual, but yeah, it's basically normal. I'm a bit stressed, I would say, but it's not an excuse, of course. Other expenses is 62 euros, and that's because I went to watch a game at the stadium. Yeah, I'm an Inter Milan supporter. And yeah, Inter is doing quite well in Champions League. It didn't happen for years, so yeah, I might get carried away a bit. But I went to the stadium once, and also the fun voice is so high because I'm going out with friends for basically every Inter game, and we're just going there, eating something, just drinking something. Surely I wouldn't have done it if I wouldn't have earned this much this month. I know exactly that it's just a bias and it's not good, but yeah, sometimes I'm too harsh for myself. And I know that if you look in the smaller picture, if you just look at this year, I'm spending quite a lot for fun. But let me know in the comments if you would like to see the previous years, because of course it's been a few years that I've been tracking my expenses. Last year I was spending nothing. There were some months where my friends were criticizing me because I was basically never going out. I was spending like some months 30 euros for fun, which I'm not saying that's right or what I'm doing now is right. But yeah, I feel like that it's also a behavior response to all these years that I've been through of not going out much. Yeah, I don't have a long distance relationship anymore. I don't travel that much anymore. So I know that spending less on vacations, I can spend slightly more on fun every month. And I actually prefer it because it's not that all my money for fun are spent in a few weeks in the year. They are evenly distributed, or at least that's what I try to do. Of course, I know it's a bit of an excuse, and I know that probably not in May, because Inter is still gonna play, blah blah blah, and probably I'm again gonna earn much in May, but surely from the summer, surely from September, I need to drastically cut down the expenses, at least as much as the previous year. Yeah, but I also got carried away in this conversation. Let's go back to numbers. So as I said, I earned 2,101.91 euros and I spent 1,005 euros and 46 cents. That left me with saving 1,096 euros and 45 cents. So a saving rate slightly higher than 50%. Of course, I could have done way better than that, considering how much I earned this month, how much it hit my saving account, but I'm still quite happy because I was able to save almost 1,100 euros. So this was for my expenses, my earnings, my savings. Let's now talk about investments. It was again quite a rough month. There were elections in the USA, so that surely affected it. And yeah, I wasn't able to invest, or I mean, more than I wasn't able, I decided to not invest. Again, I'm saying it in every video, but I have to. Sorry if I'm boring, if I sound boring. In those months, I'm recording this a few months after April, cause back in the days I was making another YouTube channel with my best friend, blah blah blah. So yeah, anyway, we were planning on moving to Switzerland. So at that time I was saving for it, because I think I made some math about it, and I think we needed something between like 7,000 to 12,000 combined, of course. So yeah, at that time I decided that it was better not to invest and to just start accumulating money. Let's go back talking about investments. As I said, I didn't invest, and my investments actually performed quite bad in that month, but as any investment, yeah, it's actually not that bad, because I lost like what? Let me see, like 1,000 gross before taxes. So I probably lost like 700 euros. Yeah, 640 euros. It's not actually that much. It's minus 3%. It's just normal volatility. I remember back in the days I expected it, because at that time, considering like the return of the previous year, it was too high. It was 2024, it was like too good to be true. Of course, 2025 isn't gonna be as good as 2024. And actually, I wouldn't be surprised if 2025 might end up negative. But anyway, I don't care about performances. I'm gonna stick to my investment strategy regardless of it. If you haven't watched the video about my investment strategy, I'm gonna link it into the description or leave it here, because I decided to make that video so I don't have to repeat my investment strategy in every financial update. Anyway, let's approach the end of the episode. Let's talk about my net worth. So as I told you before, I ended up April having more liquidity. At the end of March, I had slightly more than 1,900 euros, and I ended up April with almost 3,000 euros. That surely helped me back in those days feel more secure. And yes, I was starting, as I said, to save for the moving to the other country. It's not gonna happen, at least for now. But anyway, yeah, not much to talk about. There is my usual car. Watch the first video of my financial update series. I think it's there where I talked about it. Yeah, I'm quite happy because I end up the month with 29,547 euros and 80 cents, which is slightly more than 400 euros more compared to the previous month, even though considering that markets performed bad. I actually expected like mid-month to go like to 28,000, go back to 28,000. But yeah, to consider that I'm still at 29.5, I'm quite happy. Yeah, someone might say, how can you be happy? You started the year or almost at 31. But yeah, if you see at the Voice, it's called Directa, it's my broker. If you look at that Voice, it's 28,920, which is of course gross, because also there is the Voice taxes. So, but if you look at the gross, in January it was almost 29,000, and now is 25,300, considering though that I put 2,000 euros in it. So if the markets go back to what they used to be in January, my net worth, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna skyrocket, but of course it's gonna be way higher than 31,000 euros. So yes, that was it for the month. Let me know in the comments what you think. If I'm exaggerating with my expenses, what should I do? And let me know in the comments, of course, how did you perform this month, if you were able to save or not, and if you remember how you did in April. Thank you much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.